Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you 5 underrated summer gems. First one is going to be Valentino UOMO AQUA. This fragrance itself, I would say, is one of the lesser known. So when it comes to the summer fragrances, it's only this one here and another one that just kind of gets crapped on quite a bit. But like the most popular ones from this line are going to be the original UOMO and the UOMO Intense. Phenomenal fragrances, but this one here is actually quite great for the summertime. It has like mandarin orange, it's got like tomato leaf and sage to give it that like herbal green touch. This is like, I'm trying it over again because like I'm refilming it, but it's already in the air. But you're gonna get that iris. The iris does add that waxy powdery touch to it. And the leather. This is a very refreshing green scent with iris and leather. The leather itself is not just slap you across the ass with like your bare ass cheeks with a leather belt. No, it's not like a Tom Ford Tuscan leather or something like that. The leather in this is actually quite nice. It's smooth. I would say it's more of like a suede in some ways, but just a phenomenal fragrance that's great for work. You can dress it, you can wear it to school if you want, but I think that this would be a great weekend fragrance. It's a great office fragrance. And it's just like an everyday casual fragrance. Longevity of this is going to be about 7 hours. Fragrance number 2 is going to be more of a unisex fragrance, or depending on where you look, some will say that it's a feminine fragrance, while some will say it's a unisex fragrance. But even if it's a feminine scent, I can rock this one, no problem. GUERLAIN AQUA ALLEGORIA PAMPLELUNE. If you like grapefruit, this has like probably the most authentic grapefruit I have ever smelled in a designer fragrance, or just in a designer fragrance. It's so tart, sour. It's so bitter as well. It reminds me of like my childhood. When I was a kid, my parents would just like cut open a grapefruit and eat it like that. I don't know how, like my mother especially was able to do it, but she really liked her grapefruit. This has grapefruit, of course. Pampelelune means grapefruit in French. It's got neroli, bergamot, patchouli, cassia to give it a bit of a green vibe. There's petitgreen and there's vanilla. There's really not a whole lot of vanilla in this. What it is, it's just grapefruit. No bergamot, I was wrong, but grapefruit, cassia, patchouli, and some neroli. It's just bright, sour, tart, effervescent in some ways, with like an earthy patchouli along with like a bit of a creamy neroli. Just a sensational scent. The cap is actually on the floor, it fell off and I'm not reaching for it. Just a phenomenal high heat fragrance that's great for work, casual. I would say that this leans a little towards the ladies out there, but guys, you could rock this no problem. For me, this is pretty much like a white t-shirt and jeans type of scent, but also just a great office fragrance as well. Longevity of this is going to range anywhere from 5 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 3 is the sexiest in this list and the newest. DUNHILL Icon Racing Blue. This has coriander, cardamom. The 2 spices itself are warm, so they add, it invites you in. The cardamom adds that sexiness, adds that flirty touch to it. I get an ambery vibe. Amber's not a note, but there's like sandalwood. I believe that there's some driftwood. There's C notes, lime, sea salt, but also neroli. Now this smells a lot like Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDT or EDP, whichever one, it don't matter. It smells a lot like either or, but it's just a fresher take and a more marine, salty take than the original. The DNG, the one, is fall and winter along with the EDP. This is spring and summertime. So if you wear Dolce & Gabbana, the one during the colder seasons, this is your signature scent for the warmer months. It smells a lot like it. It's just not as heavy and as deep, but it has depth with the woods and those 2 warm spices of coriander and cardamom. I was very much surprised when I first smelled this. I was like, I'm probably not gonna like it. And then when I saw that it gets the comparisons to D&G, I'm like, I might. And when I smelled it, I'm like, oh my God, does it ever smell like it? but just an aquatic version with sea salt. You get that amber touch, you get the warm spices, but just, it's a very versatile fragrance. Dressing it down to dressing it up, daytime, nighttime. It's sexiness in a bottle. Longevity, 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 4 is definitely a fantastic fragrance that you can get for like under 30 bucks. Solarissimo Levanzo from AZZARO. Now this has passion fruit. It's got citruses, ginger, lime. Got it in my eye. Tea, basil, lavender, and woods. Just a phenomenal fragrance that's fresh. You're gonna get the passion fruit, the ginger, the lime. There's woods. This is my favorite from the 3 fragrances. So you got Levanzo, you got the Favignana, and the Marittimo. The Favignana comes across as more of a, to my nose, like a bit of a Pacaru Bond 1 million vibe. And the Marittimo is more of a woody aquatic. That one is not bad. I stated on camera that's, it's not great, but it's really not that bad. I don't per se want a bottle, even though that I do have a bottle of the Favignana. I just got it for a great price, and I think that for me to smell it, I had to buy a bottle because I couldn't get a sample. This I got a sample, including the Marittimo. This one is the best one here. This is more of an office fragrance and more of a casual fragrance. You can wear it to school, but for me, it just comes across as a little bit more mature. So someone who's like 30 and up, but if you're in your 20s, you could rock it, no problem. But it just has that mature feel in some ways, and it just has more of a work scent than anything. Longevity off this is gonna be about 6 to 7 hours. And fragrance number, I would say that this is probably like the most well blended, along with this one here, because it's also from GUERLAIN, and that's gonna be GUERLAIN Eau de Parfum. This has booze, it's got vetiver, woods, mint, citruses, and floral notes. So this has a bit of that mojito vibe. It does not go along that mojito vibe 100%, but it does have a little bit of a green mojito feel. Very fresh, boozy, woody. You're gonna get some of the floral notes in the mid, but the floral notes does add that gentility feel to it, does add that Jalmsta vibe, but it's more green, it's more fresh, minty, with a little bit of booze, and definitely the woods. It's the dry down itself is definitely earthy. It's masculine, it's mature. This I would say is probably the most mature in this list itself, and very versatile. Dressing it down to dressing it up. You can actually wear this to work with a really nice suit and tie. Longevity off this is gonna be about 8 to 9 hours. Guys, that's it. I just gave you 5 great underrated summer gems for 2022. Any reviews that I've done on these, and I haven't touched upon all of them, I ended up filming this one today, so by the time that this video goes out, that fragrance just might be released as well. They will all be down in the description box below. If you wish to see other top 5 summer videos, please check out this side here, and if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. Guys, thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.